I am in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Lots of Civil War history around here, as in Warrenton as well. Not one of my favorite places to ride the motorcycle. My dealer, the closest Indian dealer, is here, so I come up here a little frequently. But it's so crowded. The ride here on the back roads, I probably didn't pass 5 vehicles on the back roads. Then you get here and it's like uber congestion. Do you guys cover your rear and front brake in traffic like this? When I took the local version of Ride Like a Pro, they were really emphasizing to cover the front and rear brake when you're in an area prone to interruptions in the flow. And I do a okay job of covering the rear brake. It's, you know, just plant your foot over it. The front brake I'm having a little more trouble with, because you're rolling the throttle and my hand is kind of small, and sometimes I do what I just did there. When I'm trying to reach for the brake and cover it, I accelerate more than I intend. And then they made the point in the course that, you know, you want to grab the front brake with your entire hand because there's so much strength with the whole hand versus just the 2 fingers. And that was very noticeable when I braked and played around with it. But there's no way I can roll and cover so far, like right here. It's just very awkward for me, especially trying to do a pinky. Curious, any pointers on that? I am leaving the Fredericksburg, Virginia area. My GoPro battery went dead on a part of this trip because I'm using the standalone batteries, not the Enduro battery, I mean, not the battery pack I have. And when I left the house, it said a 30% chance of rain. Like, I'm going to take my chances. Well, I just stopped and it's now 100% chance of rain. So I'm getting some practice in the rain here. Have a ton of practice driving in the rain. I know it's worst when it first starts. This has been going on now for maybe an hour. I stopped to fill up with gas and grab a bite to eat at Sheetz. I've got the GoPro Media Mod, and my understanding is that the GoPro is waterproof up to 33 feet. I'm not sure about the Media Mod. It does have a microphone on the front and rear, and then the third-party microphone plugs in the back of the unit, so that's an opening for water to get in, perhaps there. You know, in the rain, I just don't know how to handle curves in the rain on the motorcycle, so I'm pretty cautious. Now you can see the road's pretty wet right now, and of course my motorcycle seat got pretty wet while I was inside eating, so now I'm sitting on that. I probably have a lot to learn about riding in the rain and also preparing your bike and yourself to ride in the rain. I try to avoid the middle where oil may reside from when cars are parked. I tend to slow it on down. I tend to be a conservative rider anyway. I've done a lot of reading and watching videos, but not as much on rain. So I'm wearing that base layer of pants with the riding jeans, no heated gear, and feeling really good on the pants so far, and it's been raining. It's 50 degrees according to the bike, and that's probably roughly accurate. As it goes below 50, you know, if it stays between 40 and 50, I'll be on the borderline of wishing I had the heated gear on. Now, I have the heated gear in my bag. Obviously, it's easy to throw the jacket on. You gotta stop and do more work to put on the pants. The jacket, I can't tell if the jacket has got an air leak where air is coming in, or if it's the helmet. Now, I've got the vents closed on the helmet, but it could be coming in from underneath the chin guard, or it could be coming up from my neck, maybe, which would also be under the chin guard. I do have the neck gaiter on, which I'm glad I did that. It's funny, sometimes you want to just eat alone, maybe catch up on the news, respond to some emails, and the motorcycle invites conversation. It's one thing that I have definitely learned, and so this lunch, I had pretty much a companion. It was just in the sheets, and they have tables, and I like stopping there, you know, just to sit and catch up on news and emails and stuff. And I wasn't there 3 minutes, and a guy plopped down right beside me and wanted to talk about motorcycles, and I'm usually happy to oblige. And the fellow was in his 60s or 70s, I couldn't quite tell, and he used to ride but doesn't anymore. He had ridden out to Denver and back, and I didn't really say a whole lot. He was doing most of the talking, but you could tell he was you could tell he had fond memories of his time riding motorcycles. Rain just picked up a little bit for sure, which I don't mind, except, you know, obviously you're getting wet through the riding gear eventually, and I don't like people behind me because I'm still not confident how fast to go, like in this sort of situation right here through the curve. Alright, the temperature now says 47 on the bike. I tend to find it's a little high, so I think it's probably more like 44. And I'm definitely like kind of wishing the heated jacket would be pretty good right now. The heated pants, especially because of all the rain, would be pretty good right about now. Pretty good. Right about now. So 50 seems to be kind of a line in the sand for my personal taste on having some heated gear. I did turn on the heated grips, and I got them on medium. With all this rain, even though I have all the flaps and vents closed on my jacket, I think in the back there might be an entry point for water. And I think it's just coming through with so much rain. But I guess these things are, like right there, it's not coming through, but it's supposed to be waterproof, I think, on these jackets. Not the riding jeans. These things are due for a cleaning. I've been kind of using them constantly without washing. That Enduro battery on the way up to Fredericksburg was fully charged, and I was recording in 4K. And for what it's worth, the map said it was going to estimate for me to be 1 hour and 3 minutes, I think it was, when I took off on that trip and started recording. And so the GoPro lasted, if GPS was accurate, and I think it was, over 1 hour, and then probably an extra 5 or 10 minutes because it died when I left the place where I was running the errand.